So, are we allowed to think aloud here?
Yes.
Yes. How's your experience been living in the United States as a Muslim?
Um, Honestly speaking, for me personally, I found America much more beneficial to my Islamic growth and my faith and my deen than I did probably back in Saudi Arabia. Granted, obviously, I was younger there too, so like it's not like I had that much care for the deen either. But when I came over here, I had to actively like make that decision that I wanted to like be a practicing Muslim, and I
Right.
wanted to implement the deen and stuff and have Muslim friends around me all the time.
So is that
Um,
why you think that it was much more better for you to be here than in Saudi
yeah,
Arabia?
for me personally, yeah. I can't say that for everyone, but for
No,
me
but that
personally,
that
yeah.
is one of the perks. Like I find that my family at least, like my
Yeah.
mom or my family is much more at least outrightly religious
Right.
than my family back home in Egypt because
Gotcha, yeah.
Islam is such a culture
It becomes a cultural aspect, yeah,
than
back
it is
home.
a religion.
Same thing with my family, like back home in Pakistan and stuff.
They're much more lenient.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's because here you have to hold on to your religion.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
literally. So it's either you hold on or you let go. And that's what you meant by not for everyone. Because
Yeah.
some people let it go.
Yeah.
But the ones who hold on, hold on.
But also in regards to other people, some people it might actually be better. Like, oh, if they go back home, take some time out, spend a couple years there, build their faith, and then come here.
Yeah.
So it really depends, like person to person, to be honest.
Okay.
It's not like a one fit rule type of thing for everyone, I think.
Let me ask you this first then. What made you decide to go down this route, especially in kind of the environment we live in as Muslims in America? It was much easier for you to go down the route of girls and alcohol and smoking and stuff
Right.
like that. So what made you choose what you're trying to go down?
So basically, um, obviously I went to like high school here and everything like that too. But I think for me, it was like a little different situation where I was naturally inclined towards like more pious or more God-fearing people than myself. So because of that, I kind of always hung out with Muslims more than non-Muslims. So I'd have non-Muslim friends in high school and stuff, but like our friendships would kind of just end there, like right at high school. Um, you know, Basically you come into school and you leave. I wouldn't really hang out with them
They were
much.
like acquaintances.
Yeah,
than-
more so acquaintances. I wouldn't hang out with them much outside of school. But the Muslim friends that I had, they stuck a long way. Like I would be making moves. Maybe we'd go watch a movie, or maybe we'd get food together, or maybe we'll go to the masjid together, right? So I kind of built that relationship from there. And then I always had like interest of studying the deen um, to a certain extent. I was gonna originally, so after I finished high school, I then enrolled at UMBC. And me being from a Desi family, and Alhamdulillah, my dad's a doctor. He's like, oh, you should try to become a doctor too, right? He wanted all his kids to be doctors.
Right.
So I came into UMBC. I didn't really know like what major I wanted to be. I was jumping from like bio to like computer science or like just trying different things. Um, and then I think maybe after a year or something at ISB actually they started a seminary, which is like a alim course, like Islamic traditional course. Also, it was gonna be 6 years. It's no longer there anymore, but it did start up at ISB. Um, it was started by Sheikh Yassin, one of my first teachers. So he started that program there, and I was like, yo, why don't I just like join up this program, right? And I knew some other people in there too. Like I don't know if you know Haris Qudsi.
I do.
Yeah, so he was in the program too, and I saw him like really benefiting and making a difference in his life, improving his deen. And so I was like, if I know I want to do this, why not do it now before I get older and get busy with other stuff? I can always come back to college or something or do that later, right? So from then, I kind of just like had this like mind change and the shift, and I was like, so I left UMBC and only spent like maybe a year there, and then I enrolled immediately there at ISB. I started doing classes there, and so I spent a year there. Then the program actually shut down because like Sheikh Yassin, he moved to UK and stuff, and they weren't able to continue the program. So then I was like, where do I go now, like to continue, right? So I found a place in Virginia actually, Madinatul Ulum, in Woodbridge, Virginia. And so from there, I joined the second year, and I've kind of been studying with them ever since. So now I'm in the fifth year, like I said.
So you really, what you did is ensured that your environment from the get-go was a good environment that promoted your faith.
I would say like I didn't really make an active effort to do so. I think it was just my natural
inclination. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a little different for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like most people, they might have to make that, active effort to change their environment and, get closer to, Muslims or other
I
practicing.
sure do.
Okay, so you can probably speak on that more.
Yeah. What helped with that? Was it your parents? Was it the way your parents raised you, or do you think it was your innate self that kind of was?
My parents, they didn't really force too much like deen or religion on me. They're like, as long as you do the basics, like then everything's good. But they did emphasize always hanging out with like good people. They taught me having just good morals, like avoiding smoking, drinking, like the major types of things, right? As long as you have just good natural company, they don't have to be super pious or anything. So I think maybe that like stuck with me from the get-go. But another thing that also helped with that was there was an MSA in my high school actually. So like I kind of like got involved with them from the beginning. And that kind of led me to...
How many people you think were in your MSA?
So my area has a lot of Muslims. So in my MSA, there was probably like, I'd say a good 35, 40. Yeah.
Wow, mine had like 4 or 5.
That's what I heard. Like I met other people like who they went to high school and stuff, and they're like, the MSA concept was foreign to them in high school.
It was. We started the MSA. Like I was a founder and I didn't do anything. But I was still a founder of the MSA at my high school.
Dang. Yeah, so I couldn't relate to that because for me it's like, what? Like, I thought everyone in high school had an MSA.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, you didn't know. I barely even, we didn't do anything. Our thing was pointless. It was just 5 kids staring at each other in our meetings.
Dang. So we'd have Jumu'ah together, the Friday prayer. We'd like maybe on the weekends grab food or something. It's not like we were doing like super religious activities all the time. It was just that like company that had like that sense of like God fearing, that concept in their lives that kind of helped with that in that sense.
Yeah, I think that was good to emphasize because a lot of people think that if you're gonna be hanging out with Muslims, all you're gonna be doing is praying.
It's great.
Like
yeah,
it's not like that. They're gonna be talking about sports. They're gonna be talking about all kinds of stuff.
Everything.
Also.
Yeah.
And that's why when I started following you on Instagram, that's what I was trying to see first, right? I was trying to see like how did you operate before I invited you on, and you operated the way you operated, what you posted, what you were interested in. And I was like, this guy, I love what you do. I love how you're thinking. So I wanted to have you on.